he is one of the best Terran players, spawning in the top left corner. Color blue, he is El Mismísimo, the guy itself. Pure Legacy.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Canadian Zerg player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlet.
Ooh la la! And ladies and gentlemen, we have a standard game. Thank God.
Let's go.
We only sing cheese. I want to see something more elaborated, you know? I mean, it's cool to see cheese, you know, it's very exciting. But once you start to only see cheese after cheese, you're like, mate, come on, I want to see something more elaborated. And Scarlet is well known for being a player who knows how to play standard, who knows how to play macro games. And on the other hand, Pure Legacy is well known for, like Light said a minute ago and before the break, a mech player. He's mech player. So mech player is the same thing as a guy who loves macro.
Definitely. It's one of those things where we load into game and we see Scarlet go hatch gas pool. It's like, yo, hype, hatch gas pool, standard opener, let's go. As you were saying, all of our series have been so fast today. Maybe things will slow down, especially because, again, we are on Romanticide, a very nice, very big map. We could be in a split map scenario if the game goes on that long. I do feel like Pure Legacy feels right at home on Romanticide.
Oh yeah, indeed. And look, the Reaper is already on the way, so players are gonna be scouting each other. Scarlet will be doing so with the Overlord, and Pure Legacy with that beautiful Reaper. And let's see if that drone it be denied. No, actually, it's gonna look at the positioning of the third base. It's actually something very interesting. I wonder why she took that position.
Yeah, very aggressive third base. Because of that third base, you can kind of create a launch pad with creep, and it could lean towards, again, something like a Roach Ravager push later on if she does decide to go for that style. There are pros and cons. The con, obviously, is that this is a much more exposed third base and vulnerable to those timing attacks.
Yeah, and Pure Legacy throwing a grenade. He's like, hey, I saw you in your hatchery. I'm letting you know I know about this. And I love it. And at the same time, Scarlet was so close of sniping down that Reaper. And also Scarlet was able to micro her links in such a beautiful way. No link was killed, not a single drone, nothing got killed. It was perfect defense, and those little details show how Scarlet is prepared to play a standard game versus a Terran player.
That she is more than prepared. So we'll see if Pure Legacy can really shape up to that. As, again, standard opener, we do have that third TC before Starport, so, you know, nothing too crazy going on here. No crazy 2-on-1 or 3 racks or any kind of timing. And from the side of Scarlet, we still didn't see any sign of tech quite yet. Again, the only odd thing is the location of the third.
Yeah, and Pure Legacy is a little bit greedy, I have to say. Going for the third base, very fast third base. But I think it's justified. Pure Legacy took a little bit of a gamble, because if he scouts that there are roaches on the way, then he'll have to make a decision between canceling the third base or go for a lot of bunkers, or even both decisions could be viable at the same time. But it's not gonna happen in this game. Pure Legacy is going to take control of the center of the map with those Hellions, and he's going to be very comfortable playing from an economical position.
Definitely. Meanwhile, there we go. The Roach Warren does get thrown down. Ooh, somehow, someway the Hellion doesn't fall. But Scarlet is going for those Roaches. Doesn't necessarily have to be for aggression, but again, Roaches are what you want when you're up against mech. And of course it's mech as 2 more factories get thrown down.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a very interesting choice from Pure Legacy. We were talking about it before the game, during the game, and now in our present, we are looking for mech.
Yeah.
So and everything it was easy to like identify Pure Legacy's style.
Yeah.
You just have to study him a little bit to know that he loves to go for mech. And now the Hellions are gonna try to squeeze in and try to kill some drones. 2 drones are actually gonna fall down. 3 are going to be the magic number game. But Pure Legacy lost a lot of Hellions, you know, and the Liberator do any single drone kill. He's kind of suffering a little bit. Scarlet is just playing too perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if we look at the units lost here, 5 Hellions went down for those 3 drones. Like, that wasn't worth it at all. Meanwhile, Lynx go across the map. Oh my god, they actually get a bit of a surround here on the Hellions, trading as best they can. Actually get one of them.
Yeah, it was very good micro from Pure Legacy. Only loses 1 Hellion. And it's gonna justify a little bit the decision making of keep making Hellion, you know, to keep up the pressure. Some Terran players go directly into Thors or tanks or instantly into Cyclones, but he kept making some Hellions and now he's gonna try to do the pressure. Look at that micro, and yeah, the Helion's gonna be able to get 1 single shot, but that's it. Because of Scarlet's management, she's able to defend very nicely. But now 6 drones are gonna get sniped by the Liberator.
Yeah.
And that's the first good move that Pure Legacy was able to do against our very strong Zerg player.
Exactly, nicely done by Pure Legacy. It did cost him a lot of Hellions, to be fair, but finally he makes like an opening for his Liberator. He gets a lot of damage done, and he is able to recuperate a lot of his losses.
Yeah, the wall is already up, so Lynx are gonna have a time on getting into the 3rd base and the natural base of Pure Legacy. I love the decision making of Pure Legacy to instantly go for the 3rd for that wall, you know, and the Cyclones now are gonna try to do as much damage as they can, try to be annoying, to kill the creep, to maintain control of the center so that Scarlet does not get too much aggression, you know, on Pure Legacy's side of the map. And I love how Pure Legacy is stepping into this game, but Scarlet is also been able to get her own 4th base. It's kind of like an even game, actually. I love this because both players are trying constantly to find each other's mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. As we do see a bit of a Hellion run right here towards the south. This will be caught by Scarlet, and she will be able to clean all this up. I thought that we were going to see a multi-prong with the Cyclones. Finally, they do push in as well, but there's only creep for them to clear up. Scarlet, she cleaned up the Hellions, and now she can focus on the Cyclones.
Oh yeah, and Ravagers are gonna be a key factor on defending the Cyclones. And 5th base is already on the way. Scarlet is playing such a comfortable, economical game. On the other side of the map, Pure Legacy is doing exactly the same. He doesn't really want to go for any push timing attacks because he knows Scarlet is just too good. You know, if you go for a timing push, Scarlet's gonna be prepared. Therefore, he just instantly goes for that macro playstyle. He takes the what's the name of the gas here? The gas that's purple.
Rich Vespine gas.
Yeah, the rich Vespine gas. I think that's gonna be a little bit greedy by his side, but it's justifying itself right now because there's no attempt of aggression from Scarlet just yet.
Yeah, it's also a great foothold for him as well to, again, keep this creep at bay. He's been doing a decent job at it so far. Decent though. Again, Scarlet, she is well known for her creep spread, and she is starting to get a little bit out of control, so Pure Legacy has to make sure he stays on top of that. The other thing that I love about Scarlet is that she was relying on Roach Ravager, but she never overcommitted, and she teched up pretty hard. She already has her hive completed.
Game pause.
Yeah, and pause is gonna be called from Pure Legacy. Hopefully he's doing okay. Nothing wrong's happening. We're gonna give him a little bit of time. But Light, what do you think about the game so far?
Yeah, I mean, it was great the way that Scarlet was able to expand and protect her 4th base just because of the way that these bases turned out. So if we are going into that late game, as we were saying, I'm really curious to see what she's going to do with this hive. Is it just going to be for Vipers? And if so, you know, when are they going to be coming out here? Because we haven't really seen any tech utilized with this.
Yeah, I completely agree. And now we go back to the game. Hopefully Pure Legacy is doing well. And he's been able to take some decent trades against the Roaches. But the game is very even right now. And Scarlet is starting to get that bank. So
Yeah.
I'm very afraid of that. And the Vipers, oh
Yeah.
la la.
I missed the Vipers being produced. I panned over and I saw all the Vipers sucking on some buildings. I'm like, yo, Scarlet is ready to go. She maybe only have 1-1 when it comes to her upgrades, but we see the yoinks and she gets almost every single Cyclone. Oof.
Yeah, that was a very good trade from Scarlet, and now it's gonna be difficult. You know, you need Ghost in order to counter the Vipers. Otherwise, you just have to assume you will lose units, and only 2 drones are gonna get killed. Scarlet is simply everywhere. She's defending every single place, and although Pure Legacy is on 4 bases, Scarlet's ability of production and mineral income is so high that she can actually outproduce the Terran player only for now.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we do see Pure Legacy trying to push out. Currently, he's caught on siege. We do see a catch on so many of these tanks. Oh my god.
Yeah, in the corrosive piles, they are a very decent job on zoning out the area so that the tanks don't follow up the push. And there's a lot of army supply for Scott. She's actually maxed out. And Pure Legacy, on the other hand, he's starting to go aggressive because he knows that his army supplies is already high, so he needs to start making some pressure and trade his army supply. I would love to see Thors on the map, but since Vipers are here in the game also, yeah, it's a very difficult game. It's hard to decide which is the best move, and Scarlet is just trading like a god.
She is. Finally, we have a bit of an answer to those Vipers, and that will be this Thor. On top of that, Vikings are being produced as well. But it took Pure Legacy a long time to actually get this anti-air out, and he lost a lot of tanks in the interim.
And 13 SCVs were killed in the process as well. So that was a very nice trade from Scarlet. The Roaches, you don't really want them to survive throughout the game because these units, they are made for trade and damage. That's it. Like, you don't want to have this army composition in the late game. That's what I'm trying to say. So you look forward to trade the units, and the Ravagers are trying to snipe the planetary fortress, but Pure Legacy is just too good. He's able to save it in such a clutch way, and now Scarlet needs to pull back.
Yeah, that she does. I was a little bit worried for her Vipers. I thought they were a little bit exposed. Meanwhile, we see a yoink on the tank. We have the Queens as well to snipe these Vikings, and she gets the Vikings and the Thors.
Yeah, and Scarlet's been able to kill so many expensive units from the Terran player with only Roach, Ravager, and Vipers. So the trades are very efficient for Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
And 3-3s on the way for both players. 6 more Vipers are on the way. What is going on?
It's insane. I feel like 6 Vipers is maybe overkill, but I assume she's expecting to lose a couple of Vipers. So here we go. A couple more Yoinks get thrown down. Yoinks even. A couple of tanks get picked off. But as this is all happening, much respect to Pure Legacy as he is double expanding behind this. Like, he is taking more bases.
Yeah, he's not afraid. He knows that because he's constantly trading, he needs to get an economy that's gonna allow him to keep producing units at the same rate as Scarlet's. In order to do that, you need to have more expansions. So Pure Legacy, very strategical thoughts, very strategical think. And yeah, look at the Hellions. They're gonna be able to trade against some drones, but this game looks very even. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Even though overall I do think that Scarlet has been trading more favorably, because of the economy, like, it doesn't matter too much. Like, Pure Legacy is still keeping up when it comes to the supply. What he needs to work on is, again, an answer to these Vipers. He has a decent Viking count now, and he does focus down 1 Viper.
Yeah, and Vipers are literally the best unit Scarlet's got right now. And as you guys can see, she's not maxed out, and she's got so many minerals, and this is on purpose because she wants to go for a transition. She wants to change her army composition, and Brute Lords, I think, are gonna be a key factor in the next step of Scarlet's army supply.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. It's great that Scarlet, she isn't tunnel visioning, she isn't stuck on Roach, Ravager, Viper, she's working on those Brood Lords. Meanwhile, Pure Legacy's trying to push down this ramp, but so many tanks, again, get taken out. He's on a bit of a timer. 11 Corruptors are about to finish up. But the Greater Spire isn't done yet.
Yeah, and Pure Legacy is starting to sense that something's happening. As you guys can see, he's starting to add up more Thors into the composition. So that's a pretty good choice from Pure Legacy in order to keep up with Scarlet's next step. And Vipers are still alive, they still have energy, they are still trading such in an efficient way. I'm very scared for Pure Legacy. I don't know how he should be able to play against this.
Exactly, he's really struggling to just deal with these Vipers. He just keeps, even though he's working on Thors like he was saying, they just keep getting picked off.
Look at the roaches. Once again, they get into the third base. Scarlet is able to identify the weakness. And look at the Thor. He's trying to kill all the Corruptors, as many Corruptors are as possible. But the Vipers are just simply sniping every single Thor. And it's just suffering from Pure Legacy.
Exactly. And he's taking this seriously. We have 3 Thors on the way. He realizes, oh my god, the Greater Spire, the Broodlords are not, they're at his doorstep. He needs something for them. There we go. They're finally being morphed in.
Yeah, and as you guys can see, Scarlet only has 66 drones. So this means that she's actually sacrificing drone count in order to have a much higher army supply. And she's actually willing to sacrifice this base so that she can buy herself enough time to get the Broodlords. And that's a very strategical choice that I love.
I'm surprised because she didn't sacrifice it. It's still alive. Like, Pure Legacy didn't go for the kill. He didn't go for the hatchery. Instead, he backed off. He was a little bit afraid of the Broodlords that were coming out because he knew that he wasn't ready for them.
Yeah, and now Scarlet's got such a high army supply, and the Broodlords are gonna start doing the beautiful A-click. People normally say that Protoss is the only race that has that privilege, but as you guys can see, that's something that's completely wrong. And look at how the Broodlords are starting to kill all the Thors with the help of the Vipers. But some way, somehow, Pure Legacy started to hold.
Yeah, that he is. The Blinding Clouds, they ran out. The Thors are dishing out a lot of damage. There's still plenty of energy on these Vipers, but Scarlet, she didn't follow up with the additional Blinding Clouds. So Pure Legacy, he is able to hold on.
Yeah, and 6 more Thors are on the way. And Scarlet thought she was going to do the last move, you know, the killing blow, but she wasn't able to do that. And I wonder what happened in that engagement. Pure Legacy's production is just so ridiculously good. He's been able to replenish all his units every time he loses them. And I think that shows how Pure Legacy has been training, you know, this macro capability of replacing constantly your army supply shows how much he's been training, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it. Pure Legacy will be at his strongest here in Game 1, on Romanticide. This is where he wants to be, and this is his chance to maybe take a lead in this series. He has been able to replenish his army. He has all the Thors. He's got the tanks. Is Scarlet ready? Does she have enough Vipers? Does she have enough Blinding Clouds to really engage with this?
Yeah, now Infestors are gonna be a key factor. Blinding Clouds are also gonna play a key factor in this game. And look at the Thors, the shots that are getting against the Broodlords, but the Blinding Clouds come into the play, and the Infestors are gonna start using the Neural Parasite. And I think Scarlet's starting to do it, but look how Pure Legacy, with such a strong army supply, he's trying to kill the Broodlords, but it seems like Scarlet's able to do it. Oh my god, this is such a close fight.
Mate, it was just barely not enough for Broodlord survive. As you were saying, Pure Legacy, he was doing a very good job focus firing as best as he could, but in the end, it was just not enough. Oh god. But Scarlet, she can't break him.
Yeah, her economy is not so good right now, you know. She had a very good bank, but now that she has used it in order to keep up with the pressure, and because she only has 64 drones, she's not been able to get another bank. Therefore, she hasn't been able to max out once again. And on the other side of the map, Pure Legacy, he does have a lot of workers, he does have a lot of mules also, and that's why he's been able to be now in an advantage.
Oh yeah, exactly. As you said, Scarlet, she took a bit of a gambit, you know, sacrificing her worker count for her army, and we see that it may not be paying off. She actually droned up a little bit. She realizes her situation. She needs a little bit of a better economy. Meanwhile, that Thor count that we saw earlier is not quite there at the moment.
Yeah, Blinding Clouds once again are doing the job. The Brute Lords are so strong against this army composition, and the tanks are doing friendly fire. Pure Legacy recognizes this, and he instantly unsieges, and the Brute Lords are starting to die. The Thors are doing the great job. I think Pure Legacy is doing this.
Hey, he's doing it, mate. He's breaking through. We have another clutch Blinding Cloud. Is that going to be enough? The Broodlord count. There are only 3 remaining. Finally, the Infestors come in. We were waiting for the Infestors, and they come in. They're like Gandalf, just coming in to save Helm's Deep, and just like that, Scarlet holds. Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, and the real problem from Pure Legacy is not the minerals, it's the gas.
Oh,
And
the
on the other
Infestors!
side of
The
the map,
Infestors!
oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, that was close. That was close. That was close. And look, Scarlet, she has a lot of gas and almost no minerals. So that's something that's very weird, you know?
Yeah.
You always see that the Zerg struggles to get gas, but in this case, it's completely the opposite. On the other side of the map, Pure Legacy does have a lot of minerals, but he needs to mine more gas in order to replenish all his army supply that lost in that engagement. And look, the Hellions once again resetting the drone count.
Exactly. Ay. 9 drones go down. These are losses that Scarlet cannot afford right now. As you were saying, she needs those minerals. She needs to get these goddamn workers off of gas because she needs minerals more than anything. And because of that, she still has the supply lead, but for how much longer?
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter the army supply lead because look how the units are working, but the Infestors are doing a great job of taking control of the doors, but they need to pull back because the army of Pure Legacy is just simply too strong against Ravagers and Infestors, you know?
Yeah.
The army value is much higher for Pure Legacy than Scarlet.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Scarlet was forced to go back into Roach Ravager because it just takes so long to get back into Broodlords and rebuild the ones that you've lost. To be fair, there are a lot of Thors, so it's kind of difficult to do that. And she also lost a lot of her Vipers as well. Like, she's really struggling, and oh, I do like this though. This planetary will immediately go down.
Yeah, and I think the other planetary is also gonna go down
Yeah.
because the Ravagers are just simply too many of them. And this is why Scarlet did this choice. She wants to be as cost efficient as possible, and the Corrosive Vials are just simply going to deny Pure Legacy's economy, and it forces Pure Legacy to push out on the map to go and try to go aggressive, and the Infestors are actually going to be able to survive as well.
Oh my
This
God.
is starting to get rough.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, in Pure Legacy, he didn't just lose 2 planetaries, he's gonna lose a 3rd one. This Ravager hit squad was insane, and finally, this is what Scarlet needed. She needed to do something about Pure Legacy's economy. Now, with the death of those bases, she can focus on the main army. I'm so surprised she kept these Infestors alive, by the way. Oh!
Yeah, look, the Infestors are starting to take control over the tanks, and this is very bad for Pure Legacy. He's not able to trade as efficient as he could have been, and now Scarlet is gonna pull back, she's gonna make more units, and she's just gonna start doing that all over again, and try to be as cost efficient as possible. Kill Pure Legacy not in a single blow, instead little by little.
Yeah, exactly. More Thors get picked off here. Now would be a prime moment to go back into those Broodlords, but instead we just see more Roach Ravager from Scarlet. With the survival of, oh my god, with the yoinks, more Thors are getting picked off.
Oh no, and Pure Legacy was looking so good against Scarlet. He was doing the right moves, but Scarlet identified the weakness of Pure Legacy, which was his economy. If she's able to maintain the cost efficiency and kill the economy of Pure Legacy, he's just gonna die. And that's what's happening, and Pure Legacy just realizes the situation. GG, well played. Scarlet wins the first game.
GG. Congratulations, Scarlet. She does take the first game in this series, and I was so relieved when we finally saw those run-bys, because to be fair, throughout the entire game, we did see a couple of Roach run-bys hitting the mineral lines, but there were always like a handful of Roaches here and there. There was nothing too threatening to the bases themselves. Finally, Scarlet realized, yo, you have nothing protecting your fringe bases. Let's go for a counterattack, and she dealt so much damage, mate.
Yeah, and the score screen, the overview, Pure Legacy was able to produce more, you know? He was able to get more units, to get a better economy, but Scarlet won anyway. You know why that happened? Because Scarlet was more efficient. Her units were at a low cost economy, and she was able to kill Terran units that are much valuable, you know? So in that sense, Scarlet won little by little, step by step, and doing that final blow, which was to kill Pure Legacy's economy. So I'm glad to see Scarlet do those type of big brain moves. And yeah, let's see how it goes the second game.
Yeah, this is where I start to get worried because I mentioned it before. When it comes to Pure Legacy's style, I do feel like he has like a field bonus, you know, when he's on Romanticide. When it comes to these other smaller maps, it's gonna be harder to expand. It's gonna be harder for him to really get that economy going the same way that he had in Game 1.
I completely agree with you. And with that, we are going to present one of our beautiful, most not hated players in NA. He is, of course, one of the best Terrans. Pure Legacy.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Canadian Zerg player. She is red, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlet.
Well. I think we are going to see something interesting from Pure Legacy. Oh, no. I thought Pure Legacy was going for a first CC, like for an instant second command center, but it was just the barracks that it was delayed for a bit. So it was a mistake that, it doesn't cost the game. But on the other side, Scarlet, she's trying to play it safe. She goes for the pool. I think it was 14 pool, 13 pool.
Yeah.
So yeah, both players are taking it very lightly. They don't want to risk anything. I'm pretty sure Pure Legacy is going for mech again. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's a safe bet to make. It is a safe bet. I have seen him practice a little bit more with bio, but I do think that his mech is overall stronger. So that's what we should be seeing. It can be difficult on Blackburn, but Blackburn is also a very, I would say, easy map to split in half. We've seen it time and time again, but it does force engagements more early on.
Yeah, it's also hard to defend Mutalisk on this map because you have to defend a very long line between the third base and the first and the main base. So Mutalisk can be very effective unless Terran is able to have Thors with Medivacs. That would be a very efficient way to defend the Mutalisk, but it all depends on the timing in which the Mutalisk arrive. And the 6 Zerlings are gonna try now to delay that command center, and they will.
They
and the
will.
Reaper just passed,
Mate, it feels bad, man. The Reaper just walked past the Lings. Because of that, the SCV will go down. Are we going to see a delay, a denial on this CC? It looks like it won't, but so much lost mining time.
Oh, and the Marine's gonna actually get killed. And there's so much mining time lost from Pure Legacy. Scarlet was able to do her job, which is to delay the command center and to force a pull of SCV. So I'm pretty happy to see that Scarlet was able to ensure an advantage in such early stage of the game.
Yeah, exclamation mark Funada this Reaper, mate, because he saw those links and he did nothing about it. Pure Legacy could have mitigated so much of that damage. Unfortunately, he did make a little bit of a mistake there in the early game. And now we move on. And yeah, lo and behold, Pure Legacy going for that third CC.
Yeah, Pure Legacy is actually gonna play macro again. He's not willing to go any timing push. He knows that Scarlet is gonna be able, she's gonna be able to scout the main base. So Pure Legacy is like, you know what? Let's go once again for that macro play. I know I can produce more than you. Now the thing is, can I be more effective than you if I go for mech? That's kind of like the question that Pure Legacy needs to be doing to himself in order to adjust his playstyle into a much efficient trade.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to pull it off. It will be difficult, there's no doubt about that, but maybe Pure Legacy can pull it off here as, ooh, the Reaper does get picked up and he doesn't get a single drone.
Yeah, but even if Pure Legacy loses this series, I'm pretty happy for him in the sense that he's able to show that his macro is actually much efficient than Scarlet's macro. Like, his macro is so good that he was able to constantly produce mech units Not even bio units, mech units. So he's got the talent, he's got the right choices. All he needs to work on right now is to be able to do that and at the same time maintain efficiency. That's
Yeah.
very hard to do as a Terran player, but I'm pretty sure Pure Legacy can do the task. And look how Scarlet,
That was
man,
beautiful. That was beautiful.
that was beautiful.
Oh my god. The way she was able to weave through with her buildings, make and cancel as well, kept the majority of her drones alive. That was very well done.
Man, that was insane. Scarlet, out of her mind.
It was like a dance.
And that's what I was saying. Like, she's so good that I wouldn't be mad if I lose against her, you know, because she is a very difficult player to beat, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You have to recognize sometimes, man, she's just better than me. It happens. It happens all the time. You can't be the best at everything. But, well, Cyril doesn't think the same way, but it's a debate, you know. But
Yeah,
look
that
at
it can
the
be.
Hellions.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, finally the
Four
Hellions,
drones.
they get some damage done. 4 drones go down, but they do get boxed in. These Hellions are going to be cleaned up, but for 5 drone kills and, you know, some lost mining time, not the worst trade.
Yeah, and a lot of Starlings too. It was a very even trade. I would say Pure Legacy won a little bit there, but since Pure Legacy lost the Reaper instantly and he was denied by his second command center, I think he's still kind of like playing from behind, but it's not so bad, you know. It's something that he can come back from if he doesn't make mistakes, and hopefully he can keep on making these types of moves in which he can force the Zerg to make more Zerglings and not to drone so comfortably.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, he's still here. He's still active with his Hellions. The big difference is, though, that, I mean, the Roach Warren is done. We should be seeing some Roaches soon. Oh, he's trying to slip into the natural once again, but that Lings, they were ready and waiting.
Oh yeah, and at least the Hellions are gonna get in. They're gonna get a scout on the natural base. He sees that the gases have been taken down already. He sees the Roach Warren, but it wasn't a very good trade. Scarlet defending like a god. She doesn't disappoint me at all. She always plays with the same efficiency, and I just love that.
Yeah, again, Scarlet, she is one of the best, mate. She is one of the best. We spent like 20 minutes earlier just going through some of her history, you know, just raising her up even further, so... Oh boy. Bit of a rough start here. Scarlet going for her 4th base. Not just the 4th, but also the gold. And finally, Roach production has started.
Oh yeah, and so many upgrades are being oops, I forgot the word. But there's a lot of upgrades that are being... Oh my god, I want to remember the word.
Researched?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So many upgrades have been researched at the side of Pure Legacy, as you guys can see. +1. Look, also the... Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Smart
my
service.
brain's starting to die. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very... Yeah, at a certain moment, my brain started to like implode. Like I started to die, but I apologize, guys.
Cristiano, please, not yet. We still have at least one more game. Stay with me.
Look, the Hellions start to get into the mineral line, and hopefully he can get at least a couple of drones. One drone gets sniped. Oh, only one drone is gonna get killed. But he already knows about the presence of the gold mining base from Scarlet. I love it. And Swarm Host with Nidus.
Let's go. The Overseer is looking for a location for that Nidus. I love the different approach here from Scarlet, going for those Swarm Hosts, but she has to be careful because the main army is moving through the center of the map.
My god, I think Pure Legacy is gonna be in shock. He's gonna be like, what? Why? Why would you go for Swarm Host in Legacy of the Void? Yeah, it's still a composition, and yeah, it still works. And it works very well because those units are free units. They can constantly trade as long as the Swarm Host don't die. And just look at the surround. He's gonna be able... Oh, that was so close. Scarlet was able to take a very efficient trade there, and now Pure Legacy is... Oh, he's suffering a lot.
Exactly. He just lost 5 tanks for free there. As they do get picked off. Pure Legacy, we do see him backing off now, but at least the Swarm Hosts have been revealed, so now he can be preparing for them as the Swarm Hosts are getting ready to unleash their wave into the main base.
Yeah, and now production is gonna get killed, and Pure Legacy cannot be aggressive because he already lost a lot of tanks, so he's losing on both fronts. It's starting to get more complicated for the Terran player.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I'm like, yo, he can get ready for the Swarm Host. He heard the Nidus earlier, right? Right?
But look, the Swarm Host didn't do much. Only killed a single tank. That was the best case scenario for Pure Legacy. He's gonna be able to buy himself more time. But Scarlet, on the other hand, she's already denying the economy at the gold reach base. You know, oh my god, this is starting to go terrible for the Terran player.
Exactly, 9 SCVs go down. He's almost about to be surrounded as well by these Ravagers. And again, as time goes on, those Swarm Hosts are getting another wave ready to dive back into the base. Earlier, they didn't get a lot of damage done, but now they're looking to get those factories. Get the
Yeah,
add-on team.
the tech labs are gonna get sniped, factories are starting to die, and Pure Legacy just simply doesn't want to play it anymore. He knows